Brian, in terms of what you wanted to achieve tonight, is that as much as you could have asked for?
Yeah, it's very good. It was very good. A difficult one to gauge, isn't it? Because we secured second a few weeks ago, and wasn't sure what Huddersfield would be like, and you know, we unapologetically got our minds on next week as well. So, but yeah, a lot of commitment to our defence. Huddersfield will be disappointed with their performance. I know they rested a few people as well, but I thought our defence meant we didn't see the best version of Huddersfield. We had a good attitude about it to start with. There was a period in the opening quarter where the ball was in play, I think, for about 5 or 6 sets each, and that's tough. That normally anything beyond 3 or 4 sets, there's a drop ball, a penalty, a try, something. But it was a tough encounter to start with. Really pleased.
Given the circumstance of the game, is that the best preparation you could have hoped for leading into next week?
Yes. Yeah, I'll go with that. A good workout. Lots of blokes were challenged, physically challenged. No injuries, and you know, we're in good shape, and you know, we're confident anyway. But it won't do us any harm as well.
I know one of your big goals was to come through injury-free. Brett Delaney went off early. Is he okay?
I say injury-free. We're not injury-free, are we? Yeah, Brett Delaney pulled his hammy in the first bit. Been struggling with this hamstring now for a couple of weeks, and he had something neural going on last week. So yeah, it just seems to have reoccurred there, but that's not looking good.
So would it be fair?
I don't think he'll play next week.
And how big a blow is that for you?
Well, it's a blow for him, for sure, and he's been great for us. He's one of the domestiques in your team that you need, who enable your specials, you know, your peloton leaders to be as good as they can be, and you know, those tireless workers like Brett Delaney, they are missed when they're not in the team.
Otherwise, though, if everyone's come through okay, I know you got the.
At this stage, yeah, there's no big ones.
In terms of your offence tonight, how pleased were you with the way that the boys attacked? There were some really attractive tries scored.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Magsy scored that little cheeky one down the short side, and then Liam got Hawley away, which fed Rob, and you know, they caught the eye. Some of the stuff there where, you know, we workman-like tries. Without trying to, and I'm not being disrespectful to Huddersfield, but you know, against a more switched-on defence that had more to play for, I'm not sure we'd have scored as many tries. You know, so you know, I'm trying to keep it real there. But you know, greasy conditions as well. Don't get me started on these new fields that have got no mud on them at all. I've been on with this for years. It's all right playing on these brand new fields that have got 3% of them fibre, and then there's no soil, there's no grit. So when the ball gets wet, it's a bar of soap. But nobody wants to pick me up on that.
Talk to me about it.
Well, as I say, when the ball's greasy, it's not like it when it was greasy when I played on grass. When we played on grass, because the ball always had an element of, you know, glue, you know, mud, silt, something on it. Now the ball's got nothing, and it's just a bar of soap, and the grass is greasy. The grass is too very. You try walking on those fields, it can't take a stud. They're these soccer fields, because they're all meant for soccer, for the skim of the ball and all that. I'm not sure they're brilliant for rugby league, but what we do about it, I have no idea.
I know there has been a bit of criticism of the actual balls, but do you think the issue therefore is the field?
I don't think the balls are great either. I don't think the balls are they're not as good as the other ones we've had in the past. And combine that with a really shiny, greasy, you know, perfect surface to play football on, to play soccer on, I'm not sure it's great for rugby league.
Moving on, Matt Parcell played tonight, wasn't included on the Man of Steel shortlist as many thought. Were you surprised to see him not named on that 3-man shortlist?
What's the criteria for Man of Steel?
Well, it's a definition that no one really seems to know, Brian.
Biggest impact on the season?
On the season? Individually or for his team?
Is there a difference?
Yeah, of course there is, yeah, absolutely there is. So if one bloke goes on the field and you know, creates a lot of breaks for himself and scores loads of tries for himself. Yet, you know, he'd have to be a coach to work this out. That nobody else is really playing well around him. You understand? Like, I think Luke Gale should get Man of Steel. Luke Gale is absolutely has the biggest impact on Castleford and Castleford's performances and Castleford's team. Without him, I'm not sure Castleford would be anywhere near as good. And Luke Gale, if he doesn't get it, I'd be very surprised. Yet you might get another individual who makes a lot of breaks and catches the eye. But again, I don't know what the criteria is for Man of Steel, so I won't know.
Hull in the semi-final after their results tonight.
I think Matt Parcell should be on the shortlist. Yes. I think he's been great for us. He does the combination of he himself has, you know, the ability to make breaks and score tries individually, but we attack well. We've got a lot of cohesion when Matt plays as well.
On Hull, your initial thoughts on taking them on in the semi-final?
Well, they're a good team and they're an extremely physical team and a big set, so we're going to have to be good next week, and we're going to have to roll our sleeves up and get our tackling shoulders ready for next week.
And it goes without saying that you'll have some selection headaches in a number of positions. I mean, you're expecting some sleepless nights making a decision who makes up your 17.
Yeah, no, not any more sleepless than I always am. But that's good. That's good. That's all good. I don't mind. I don't mind having those type of problems. But whoever doesn't play will be extremely disappointed. That's what weighs heavy on you as a coach. It's not whether you get it right or not, because I can't imagine anybody not making the right decision for whatever reason you might think. You know, we're going to make the right call. It's just the conversation you have with those that are not playing, which you've got to get right. And no matter what you say, sometimes it's heartbreaking for some of them. So if we get through next week as well and we get through to the grand final equally, that's big.
You'll miss Danny Maguire next season, Brian. I know it goes without saying, but he showed again what he's capable of.
For sure, he's. I think you know, you look at Luke Gale, who's a certain type of halfback, and Danny's not too far different to Gailey, but I've often said that if you give Danny Maguire the ball and give him and just drop him into a situation, I don't think there's an halfback in the game better at reading that particular scenario, whether he should kick, pass, run himself. He normally reads it right. You know, if you've got half a defensive blunder opposite him, he'll recognise it and burn you. And there's not many halfbacks in the game. Loads of halfbacks that can go do what the coach told them to do. And there's a lot of halfbacks that can go read scripts and play to a script. But there's not too many that can see what's in front of them and play what's in front of them. And Mags is still one of the best, if not the best, out there.
Ashton Goulding played at fullback again tonight. He looked pretty cut up when he missed the kick dead for the first try. He dropped the one in the second half, but recovered very well to stop Hinchcliffe. How do you think he went on tonight, and did he stake his claim for that?
He's alright. He's been good for these last couple of weeks. In terms of would it have made my decision more difficult? Yeah, it would do after his last two performances for sure.
Without tempting fate, obviously, with what's going to happen next week, do you think Delaney might be back for the grand final? Should you get there?
I'd say no now, and I'm willing to be proved wrong.